Did you know that there is no Digimon Adventure 01 anime? Now, what you might be asking, what am I talking about? This is obviously 01. People on the internet told me this was 01. Digimon Adventure started as a short film from Mamoru Hosoda, and literally a day later we got the Digimon Adventure anime TV series, which lasted 50-something episodes. It came out in 99, takes place in 99, and a year later, it was so good, especially the Japanese version, that we got a sequel, Adventure 02. This thing's called 02. A lot of people assume that is because it is the sequel. It's 2. It takes place after the original. It's the second. And also, it sounds computery. Like the 0 with the dash, very computery, and then the digit. However, there's more. Because Adventure takes place in 1999, when it came out. Adventure 02 came out in 2000, only a year later, but takes place 3 years after the original. It takes place in 2002. Digimon Adventure 02, 2002. That's normally where people stop, but I'm going further. So recently we got this show. A lot of people call it Digimon Adventure : many others call it Digimon Adventure 2020. Why not call it Digimon Adventure 20? Or 2.0, if you will. Okay, that is admittedly dumb. However, if we can call this Digimon Adventure 2022, I think it's fair to call this Adventure 99. I like to call this show, let me type it out for you, Digimon Adventure 99. Is that so hard? It's more accurate than saying 01. It also helps define if you're talking about this show or this show. And it keeps in line with the naming here. So, what about Try, right? So this show takes place in 2005. Should we call it Digimon Adventure 05? No, because, first of all, Try is a perfectly fine name. It doesn't have confusing names like Adventure Nothing or Adventure : and also, it would be confusing to call it 05, because people would assume you're talking about Savers or Data Squad, or just be generally confused because it has a decent name. Same for Last Evolution Kizuna. Now that we've established that, there's obviously nothing more to talk about because, everyone knows Digimon is only anime. There is nothing else in this franchise, right? Well, how about some Chinese comics? I am referring to this literally. I don't know how to pronounce some of these things, so I apologize, but this author actually did a lot of adaptations for Digimon anime. Now, Digimon Adventure is obviously just called Adventure, and then 02 is called Digimon Adventure 02, and then, 02 in letters, so it's called Digimon Adventure 02, 02. Now, here's where things get wacky. Digimon Tamers. Take a moment, guess what it's called. If you guessed Digimon Tamers 03, sorry, not Digimon Tamers, if you guessed just Digimon 03 King of Tamers, you would somehow be correct. This is only in the original release, I believe. I believe the English release called it Digimon Tamers 03, but the original printing in its original language just called it Digimon 03 King of Tamers. Now, if you thought that was crazy, just wait until you see Digimon Frontier, or as I like to call it, Digimon 04 Infinite Zone. So, in conclusion, there's no Digimon 01. There's Adventure 99, Adventure 02, Adventure : or Adventure 20, Adventure Try, and Adventure 0202, Digimon 03 King of Tamers, and Digimon 04 Infinity Zone. Very debatably, based on the naming scheme, because Tamers does not take place in 2003 as far as I'm aware, same for Frontier. So if you want to stretch it and only talk about Chinese comics, then yes, you can call this Digimon Adventure 01, maybe. It's technically not in the title, but it is in the naming scheme. However, please just call this 99. It saves everyone a bunch of trouble. It makes it clear what you're talking about, it makes it clear you're not talking about this. And if you ever see anyone making the mistake of calling that anime Digimon Adventure 01, feel free to send this video their way.